The Force runs strong in you, young Skywalker. Hello. Right. Hello, welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Mick's Going to Right the World. I'm going to have a comment section because of all the things that are going off in the UK at the moment. So it's just going to be UK this time. So if those from abroad can either tune off or they can listen into us whinging. Right. First of all, the whinge number one, I suppose. The people who keep climbing on things, protesting about oil and things like this, you're going to go, oh no, Mick's going to have a go. Well, yeah, I am. I'm just going to point something out to you quite quickly. For the young lady who was crying her eyes out on that telephone pole up there. Right, for you, first of all, it's come out that you were going to be a pop singer. You want a wannabe pop singer. Okay. Right, pop singers have private jets to fly around the world. They have mass concerts where everyone has to drive to. They all sell tickets and they have to chop trees down to make tickets. So really, you are full of crap, aren't you? Yeah. So that's one thing, first of all. So what you're doing there is you're admitting, because of what you want to do, that you're breaking the law for no other reason than self. Just like me, I'm promoting myself, and you're promoting yourself by doing that. So that is absolutely disgusting, and I hope that you go to jail for that, because you've just admitted, because of what you're doing, all this has turned out now, the truth, that it's a load of rubbish what you're doing. You don't believe in it at all. You're just out to get your pop career going. Right, well, that's going to fall foul of everything. Right. Second of all, with these people coming on, if you're going to protest, I'm going to give you an idea. Practice what you preach, first of all. Now, geothermal power and heating. You are all living in houses, except for those that mummy and daddy pay for in the flats. You're living in houses that are not heated by, or majority, I would expect, are not heated by geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is where you dig a hole, go down, and you use the Earth's core and Earth's heat to power your home. And you also become carbon zero, I think it is, as well, while you're doing it. Now, everyone's going to go, oh, I'm having a go. Now, I'm going to have a go at the government as well at the same point, because why don't people use geothermal? If you want to listen, if you go on YouTube, you can find out about geothermal. I'm not a geothermal expert, but I have looked into it, and it was raised in conversation a couple of times. So I did find out a little bit about it. The biggest reason we don't use geothermals to heat houses and everything like that is purely because there's no money to be made out of it. That is why we are not deploying it. So it's cheap enough to do. It's very cheap. Probably the cheapest of all the ways of heating a house, geothermal heating, because it's the earth creating the heat. Basically, I'm going to explain it in the simplest sense. It is you drill a hole straight down into the earth, not 500,000 miles or anything like that, about 300 feet. So you can walk that in about 20 minutes, 300 feet. And 20 minutes is my pace, which is as fast as a snail. Right. You put a pipe in there with water. The actual earth warms the water. The water, as you know, once things get warm and hot, then it rises. It goes back up the pipe. That heat travels into your house, keeps your house nice and warm. And it's a regular heat all the way through every day of the year. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. Okay? Once it's installed, you don't have to replace it. Very minimal repairs and anything like that on it, because basically it's a pipe just full of water. Okay, so that's your geothermal. Now you don't have to buy anything in once it's installed, so why it isn't popular, because once you bought the bits, it's a one-time deal, and then unless you burst a pipe or something like that, you've got heat forever in your life. Okay, so that's that one. So for those people doing all these protests, how about go install your install thermal insulation in your house. Yeah, you can do all of this yourselves. Yeah, and use geothermal to heat it. Then, and only then, go to your next door neighbour and say, would you like to look at my heating system? Explain how it works, show them it working, and then they might say, well, I'll have that as well instead of paying my big bills. So that is positive self-publication. The people can see it working. Not you standing on a gantry over a motorway. Right, if you're standing over a motorway, tell you what will happen. You stop the traffic. You have to get excess cars to travel to you. First of all, you have to drive there. Yeah. Second of all, you've got to actually get excess cars, police cars, to drive to you where their job is to stop crime, not idiots. Right? Then all the traffic has to be stopped. At that point, all those engines are now stood idling on the motorway, chucking out all these fumes that were totally unnecessary because they would have possibly completed their journey within 20 minutes. Others maybe an hour, but you know what I'm saying. You're keeping them waiting for hours. Some of those engines, they have to be on to keep the children warm within the cars. You're also causing a danger to those people in the cars if someone's lapses memory, anything like that, or anything happens, or they have a stroke, or anything can happen while those cars are there. So you're causing a danger to the public as well. Now, a danger to the public on the highways I'm sure, is a criminal act. And it is only a matter of time before the police decide and the judges decide that it's time you went to prison. So when you go to prison, you will also find that is a very cold place sometimes, because if we don't use oil, we'll have to turn the heating off. Then you're going to be in a very cold cell. But don't worry, I'm sure one of the gentlemen in the cells will keep you lovely and warm. Right. So this is what I'm saying to all of you. If you're going to protest, do it like everybody else. One of you came on tonight and you said, if our demands are not met. Right. This is a democratic society. We do not bend to terrorism and demands. So by demanding something, you are basically trying to hold everyone to ransom. That is a form of terrorism. So I believe that we've been polite as a nation to you long enough. And now I think it's time that the judges actually treat you exactly how you're treating us and pass the Terrorism Act against you and make your organisation a terrorism organisation. So if you want to protest something, you can, but not the way you're doing it, and you're not demanding and holding people to ransom like this. This is not what it's about. I will stand there with you if you want to protest peacefully, because it's a democratic society, and I will listen to everything you said. But I will not support you in this form of political movement. And the majority of people will not support you in it either. You also had the cheek to wear a poppy. Now, why is it cheek to wear the poppy? We all wear poppies. I've not got mine on me, it's on my jacket. The poppies are for all our armed forces, from past and present. They fought for a democratic country, not for what you're doing. So we don't appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of ex-soldiers don't appreciate you doing that. Some might, but I personally, no, I don't agree with it. That's it. All I'm going to say on this one, it's a nice and easy one. If you're going to demonstrate for just stop oil. Don't use oil in any form, or it makes you a hypocrite. And at the moment you are being so hypocritical towards everybody, nobody is going to join you. Far from it. They are right. Stop this nonsense before somebody gets hurt. And God help us that no one gets stuck in an ambulance that is in life that loses their life, because the people will hold you personally responsible for that. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to say. So thank you very much. Probably going to get loads of grief off everybody. Please like or dislike. That's the easiest way. I'm not going to get into an argument. I have my own personal opinions, and as I've said many times before, I will agree to disagree with you on lots of things, on subjects, but I will also do my very best to make sure that you are entitled to your own opinion, because that's what makes this country Great Britain. Night night. Take it easy.